Greetings, fellow members of the Esoteric Order of Gamers. I know what you're thinking. I know exactly what you're thinking. You're thinking, I want to buy more games, but how can I possibly buy more games without Universal Head of the Esoteric Order of Gamers unboxing them for me first? Well, I'm back, and this is the first unboxing for 2019. In fact, by the wonders of modern technology, it's not actually 2019 as I film this. Tricky! Right, here it is. And of course, it's Warhammer. There's always something new coming from Warhammer, coming from Games Workshop, I should say. This time it's Warhammer Quest, Blackstone Fortress. Yes, it's the Warhammer 40,000 version of Warhammer Quest. More goodness inside, corridor crawling with lots of lovely miniatures. Look at them, aren't they tasty? There's heaps. And tiles and cards and dice. The old dungeon crawling fun we've all come to know and love. So let's check out this new game. It's pretty exciting, and it's also, apparently there's going to be quite a lot of extra content for this game. Yes, they're going to support it in the future. So let's see what it's all about. It's a very dark and mysterious box. Opening it up. Miniatures, of course, miniatures. There's some sprues, some more sprues. There they are. I'll show you those more a bit later, though. You know, it's hard to look at sprues, isn't it? There you go. Here we've got a piece of cardboard to protect the rest of the game from the sprues, but it's got some nice artwork on it as well. Very blue, very underworld film looking, isn't it? And look at all this stuff. Wow, there's heaps. Woohoo! Good old Games Workshop, they're starting to get quite generous in their old age. It's funny, isn't it? Well, there's a whole pack of bases here for our miniatures. We've got some decks of cards. There's some little ones, there's some slightly bigger ones, there's some even bigger ones and some even bigger ones. Here's Games Workshop doing cards in whatever sizes they want. They don't care. If you want to sleeve them, tough. You'll have to find some crazy sleeves from somewhere, I don't know. There's a sample of a book. There you go, if you want to read that. Hidden Vault Envelope. Do not open until the Hidden Vault quest has been completed. Wow, it's sort of legacy-like element, isn't it? Whew. Some dice, and look, there's some custom dice in there, and nice pastel blue and green and grey. Got some interesting symbols on them. A whole pack of Ziploc bags, and they're not just normal Ziploc bags, they're fancy metallic printed sort of Ziploc bags. This is because you can save your components between adventures. Wow. Some more bases. We've got a rule book. Have a look at that in a moment. And of course, down the bottom, lots of cardboard tiles. Oh look, more Ziploc bags. Just gone crazy with the Ziploc bags. Let's have a look at these yummy looking tiles. Here they are, and they're very nice indeed. They've got a sort of matte finish, which is good. I prefer the matte finish because it doesn't reflect the lights of the room you're playing in. So a good decision there, Games Workshop. Thanks very much. And they're very detailed. They've got this sort of matrix type texture on them, as you can see. Oh look, what's going on there? Bit of gothic elements in there. That's very nice. They all look sort of, yep. There we go. They're colourful. There's not much that's actually recognisable as stuff, though. There's this thing. But there you go. This looks like some kind of place to put cards and some counters. Wow, that'd be very thick counters. Look at that. Actually, let's just bring this up here. That's a nice thick counter. Good to see that. It looks like some kind of range ruler here. There we go. And these look, I don't know what these are. These are kind of sheets for different types of spaceships. And some more counters. That's it. So nice thick cardboard, matte finish, good quality, like it. Right, in this little pile we have the rules and other bits and bobs. Here's our rules. It's a small document of 16 pages. So hopefully relatively straightforward. Nice clear layout. I imagine it's pretty much in the Warhammer Quest silver tower kind of style. Combat. Oh, this is quite different. They've broken the combat section into a different booklet. Read this when a combat occurs. That's an unusual thing to do. It'd be interesting to see how that works. I'm a bit of a fan of putting the rules just in one rule book. You know, just one rule book that you can read. But hey, that's just me. There we go. Data sheets for use in games of Warhammer 40,000. That's very generous. They've included the stats for all of these figures, so you can use them in Warhammer 40k. Good to see this kind of cross-pollination happening between Games Workshop games. Precipice. Read this when you return to Precipice. Presumably this is some kind of campaign book. Here we go. They're the hostiles, the explorers. These look like different scenarios. Lots of good stuff there. Counters and markers description, that's good. Background, the story of the Blackstone fortress. This is quite a big book. It's, what's that? 23 24 pages of background material. So, a little thing to read on the toilet. That's where I'm sure most of us do our reading of background material for Games Workshop games. Any games, really. Blackstone Fortress, figure construction rules, as always in great detail, very nice, and some colour suggestions as well. Right, let's check out these cards. Okay, here are all the cards that you get in Blackstone Fortress, and I must say I'm rather liking this nice minimal design. It's got a bit of gothic detail in it, but it's also a little bit hard sci-fi as well. It's a nice look for this whole game. The other good thing is they're doing things like, here are the reference sheets, and they're actually showing a photograph of the miniature, which I always find incredibly useful. So here are what seem to be the stat cards, and these are all the different characters in the game, and probably the bad guys too. Yes, they are. And again, showing the miniature, very, very handy. A lot easier than, say, in Death Watch Overkill, where they just had a headshot of an illustration which was completely useless in identifying the different creatures. So there's an inspired side as well, so that sounds like a mechanic taken from Shadespire and Nightvault, that there's an inspired side to these creatures. We've got that. We've got some exploration cards here, and it looks like different map setups. Oh, challenges as well. Gee, there's a lot of stuff in here. This could be quite detailed. Really looking forward to playing it. They're really starting to fine-tune these games. Next we've got encounter cards. And that looks pretty straightforward. That's just slapping down your different types of enemies as they appear. Resource cards. A whole stack of those. And I'm very pleased to see here we actually have little illustrations on the cards. Good one, Games Workshop. That is great. It just adds a little bit more atmosphere to the proceedings. Really glad to see that instead of just straight text. A few stronghold artifacts. The stronghold cards themselves. Death Maze, Descent. These must be the different scenarios. You can choose from those. Why roll on a little table when you can have 4 nice cards? Discovery cards. Oh, look. Archaeotech. Oh, it's all Archaeotech, but they've got different numbers on the bottom. And Clue. Don't know what that's about. And finally, Legacy cards. New threats. Space Marines, these are the bad guys. Heightened threat level. Viruses. Countdown. Wow, there's so much to it. It looks great. Now, of course, showing you the sprues doesn't show you much. They're all of the usual high Games Workshop quality, but you can see here some of the characters in this game. Love this robot. He's great. Good retro feel. And here are some of the nasty beasties. There's sort of a dreadlocked sci-fi cultist thing. Various types of cultists. It's the usual grim, dark baddiness. Some beastmen. Spindle drones these things are. They're interesting. They look new. I don't know what those things are. But Great stuff that will take, of course, a long time to paint, but be careful when you're painting. Watch that posture. You don't want to get some nasty neck problems like I did. Take it slow. That's it, folks. Blackstone Fortress. And there's a lot packed into this box. I'm very impressed. It looks like an incredibly professional production from Games Workshop. They're really doing some great stuff lately. Also, the price was okay for this type of game. There's a lot packed in here. So they didn't go crazy with the price. It's the same level as the other Warhammer Quest games. And it's really exceptional quality. And the reviews that have been coming in have been good also. So really looking forward to playing this one. It should be a lot of fun, and it's great to see Warhammer 40,000 coming into the Warhammer Quest universe or style or type of game. Thanks very much for watching, folks. That's the first Joy of Unboxing for the Esoteric Order of Gamers for 2019. Hope it's turning out to be a good year. I'm not there yet. I'm a little bit back in December, so, you know, hi from the past. That's the Esoteric Order of Gamers, orderofgamers.com. Also on Patreon. See you next time. Bye for now.